Look at it, Lukey. It's a complete pick-apart show. Boom. May as well just click that off. Boom. Shaklank. Okay, friends, you remember the other day? You know, we've got the room here, and we also have a lean going right there. Well, the lean is actually on the shed, but I can utilize my lean. This is actually, there should be probably 2 ropes in this tree. But as this, because it's got this crazy loop in it, friends, it could take that freaking building out as soon as it hits the ground. It can jump to the side hard. So I talked about this the other day, the butt rig. I almost feel like grabbing this thing up high, like that. So that's a high butt rig. So we'll just go like this. There, that's a butt rig if I ever did see it. So we just keep tension. Watch out for the dog poo, because it's here. Oh, it's here. Good. Good. All right. And then we can actually go like this under here. See that, Lookie? You see? There we go. Shut her down with a half hitch. That's it. Now, that is the butt rig. She's not going anywhere now. It's the butt rig. Take a look at how hard this thing's leaning to this house here. So a guy should almost throw up a line over top of that crotch up to stairs there, Luke, just to be safe. You know, I mean, in the bush, I would let her go. But we're shooting over there, Luke. We're not shooting beside the shed. We're shooting for that little hump. So if this thing's got too much weight, it's cedar. Cedar breaks wood like mad. It won't hang on to the stump, friends. It takes 2 seconds to throw a freaking rope up into that crotch and get Roy laying his carcass on the rope just to give us some coercion up into this high spot, because it's leaning hard, Luke, right there.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm putting my undercut facing over there. So we definitely need coercion. I'm going to set that up now. 2, 3, 4, 5. Bring it through like a daisy knot. And actually a daisy knot will even help you. If you just do a couple daisy knots like that, it allows the knot to stay together longer when you shoot your gap. So let's see if we can get it this time and not be foolish. Like that, Luke. Who's your daddy? And where is he living? What time's he getting off? Where's his holidays?
Sometimes you get lucky.
Well, you do, Rod. See, I'm not even going to charge for getting that limb down. That's a one-shot deal, that is. Now you just do a running bow line, and we got a ton of purchase. So now we're at the mercy of the stump, friends. We're at the mercy of the stump, because I don't care who you are and where you're from. This is not cedars. It looks okay. It does. It actually looks all right. There you go, Roy. Exactly. It might be rotten. So now what we'll do, this is how I was actually taught to do this, friends, is not the alpine butterfly, but a double bow line like this. Okay? Like this. This is how I was taught to do this. Double bow line, inline double bow line, like that, right? Now we go like this around here. And I think, yeah, I'll just go around here. Send that over there. Roy, I'll get you on that other side for me. And just pull that slack through. All right, I'm going to pull this. You're going to pull that a little. Yeah. Okay, good. Now we go through here, friends. This is our, you can hang a block on there. If you hang a little pulley on there, friends, like a block, you'll get way more purchase. Way more. We don't need it here, but it is a great option. So now, this is where the poor man come along kicks in. Right there, you're good. You can let that go. Perfect. Now, I'm back here reefing on this thing, friends. Look at this. Like, reefing on it. See? I'll pass you this, Roy. Just pull slack for now. Good. Finger out of there. Look at this thing. It's actually moving the stem. Now I keep tension the whole way. And this goes over top of this. There we go. Good. Now we get another little bit, friends. Look. It's good. Real good. Okay. Now we have a literal guitar string on this thing. So this is not a pull line. I've seen guys do this and wreck themselves or wreck people's fences because this is called a tagline, not a pull line. If we were pulling, the pull line would be over here. And guess what would happen if it broke off the stump? It would just slack off and wipe the building out. If this thing now breaks off the stump, if it breaks off, it can't go anywhere. It's like a pendulum. It's like me, a straight line to you, friends. Now, if I fell back, I could only go there or there. You get me, Luke?
Yep.
I could only go sideways. This is called a tagline, and it is a very, very good thing to use. So now that my spiel's over, and the only reason I'm doing this, friends, is because of the loop in the tree. It's all crazy. It could take a wild and crazy bounce. What did that take us? 15 minutes of playing around, Luke? So at least now we could dig our saw in knowing that we've covered some ground. Yeah, that's not going anywhere. And this is gonna help pull us in. But believe it or not, I'm not falling the tree that way. I'm falling it in there. So that tagline, friends, I'm shooting, Luke. This will help you understand this and everybody. I'm shooting there, friends. And why am I doing that? Luke, you've been around here long enough to answer that question.
Instead of going where? Instead of going
off its lean.
Because you can utilize some of the
lean.
weight.
Exactly. So I'm now able to utilize this lean, this heavy. I mean, Luke, if you stand here,
I know.
I mean, look at what it's
staggering.
doing.
Yeah.
So that's the idea. That's the job. And then if you look at the ropes, you'll understand my mind, how my mind works here. Now we just work our craft, get a nice stump going. We got wedges, a little extra coercion. Everything could change. Well, that's why I set it up if the stump was gonna be rotten. This is why I set this up like this, because we could have a rotten stump. I guarantee you we're gonna have some rot in there. So did you see when I took that little bit out there, it sat back?
That just looked amazing how that went.
Interesting, eh?
Yeah.
Without utilizing the lean, that would have been a horrible thing to pull that off that shed. So I just sent it side hill right where we wanted on that hump. Ugly back cut, but I knew this big strip of wood here was my friend holding this up off. But it kicked back. I saw it. I cut a bit of wood on the low side, and I actually talk about that on the channel. Taking your low wood and it can fall back into its lean. And it actually did that, but it had that pressure on it from up top. It's all working together, Lucy. There's really, that's the epitome of backyard tree removal. I mean, there was no real, it was a pick apart, just a complete pick apart show. And yeah, cedar's looking pretty solid on the stump. Cedar does not hang on to wood, so everything came out good. We got a couple limbs on the old lean-to, but I'm quite tickled with that, Luke. Thanks for watching, everybody. Sometimes it is what it is. I think a lot of guys probably would have went up high, tied in, and then rappelled down to get off their picks. And I get it, friends, I do. If you're doing this 5-6 days a week, do that. I only did that if I was gonna be doing a whole ton of rigging and on my hooks for a long time. I knew this would be, if it was an hour, it was an hour. I don't know, but it feels like it was about an hour. I mean, you know, it is what it is. You're gonna be up there, deal with it, and move on. Or go up and tie in and come down and do it. It's up to you. But I actually take the work as it hits me. I take the work as it hits me. I just start going. I could go up and tie in. And as I get older, and if I still want to keep doing this, I probably will start to incorporate that into my game a bit more. It just means I have to climb all the way to the top, tie in, or shoot a rope up. And I don't know about shooting no ropes in the trees. We'll see what I find at TCI. It's a long drive to work, Luke. That was a crazy tree, actually. Just a pick apart show. You know, there's 100 ways to skin the cat, but sometimes you just got to get in there. Open a hole. It's always about having a hole. Did you notice how when that hole one side of that tree was on the shed, Luke? So it had to come this way. It couldn't even go straight down. Right. That would have been very uncomfortable. So I just create a hole and keep a hole going. I've always got a hole. I learned that in falling and I learned it in tree work. Have a hole. Always have a spot, especially when you got a big crown tree to rig out, big maple or an oak. You go up, you tie in, you hang your rigging point, you go down, you start, you just work around and you keep a hole going. Guys know what I'm talking about. I know you guys do. I got caught in a bit when I was first starting out. I got caught where I would just cut the easiest branch and I'd kind of get lost in my work a bit. This is when I first started, friends. There was no pattern. It was just, I'm in the tree, let's start cutting stuff. I cut stuff off that I actually needed. I've talked about that lots on the channel going through the years. So believe it or not, even this one, there was a few nubs I left for a reason. Like you do something so many times, you go, I'm gonna need that. Like the other day, rolling that log, Luke.
Yeah.
Like, it's just these little things I just like to share with folks, and if they can pick it up osmosisly through the work and by visual, that's great. But sometimes we like to talk about it too, so that was a fun climb. Work hard, be honest, be kind, friends. Thanks for watching. We appreciate you big time. We might be coming to North Carolina, and we're going to that big TCI event. Listen, I got to say one more thing, and I haven't said this in a while. You folks that have been shopping at the buckandbillyray.com store, I hardly ever mention the store. I leave obviously my link in the description. But the fact that when I'm sitting at home or doing something and I hear that little pitching go off on my phone and I look down and someone's bought a set of suspenders or a shirt or a ball cap, It really means a lot to us, friends. We're a small operation, and we're growing, obviously, but I appreciate you. So if you're in there, you're helping for all these recipients. That neighbor, I didn't even see that neighbor today. Didn't even see her, didn't even talk to her. She's going to come home, the tree's going to be down, she's going to be like, the tree fairy was here. So anyways, she knew we weren't charging, but it's up to her what she wants to do with that. So again, the recipient program is well and alive. See you on the next one.